Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Heaven on Earth Astrology. I'm Michael, the Leo Mystic. This is where we observe the rhythm of the heavens to speak the language of the soul. The astrological forecast for the 7th until the 13th of November. And we're going to be talking the lunar eclipse, a blood moon, full moon in Taurus, which happens exact on the 8th of November at 12 p.m. 01, like give or take, Brussels time. And I'm like, I don't have enough like time to explain everything because it's literally every planet is involved, but I'm gonna give you the best of the best. I'll promise you that. And this is a full moon in Taurus first and foremost. So there's two parts of the chart or of the skies that are really being lit. Sun is shining scorpionic energy, which is intense, which is transforming, and which creates bonds, but it's on the south node. So it brings up stuff from the past, karmic relationships, bonds, sexual ties, karmic cords, energetic cords. And so where it is all happening behind the scenes, occult. So that's the background energy that is coming to the surface, and whatever that full moon is, that it's Taurian energy, it's going to take that and it's going to redo that. It's going to bring all of it in. That's one. Two, all the planets are involved, and since they are our etheric body, everything in our body is being activated. So the full moon in of itself brings heightened emotions, brings things to the forefront in a Taurian way now. So very physical, very sensual, meaning sensual as sexual and temptive, but also sensual as in feeling, experiencing. And Uranus there, the nervous system buzzing. So there's an upgrade of our body, of our nervous system, together with the etheric body. So really, man, this is a full-on, like as if you're plugged in to like an electric box, like a power source, and it is lighting up your entire body. Everything that is allowing you to experience the human experience is buzzing. So this is so electric, and so this is like a lightning or like a storm. So it's very buzzing, very sudden, very like, yeah, well, an electric storm. So we are feeling fragmented, and that's the image that I got. Just imagine every part of your body, everything that we're made up of, the nervous system, cardiovascular system, the musculoskeletal system, all of those parts being lit. And it's as if, and Uranus is like the catalyst here. Uranus is the part that is rearranging that. And it's as if there's like a when you upgrade your computer or when you are defragmenting it, I don't know if you say it that way, but like there's this option that used to be in Windows, and you defragment so that, you're going to organize the stuff and just take away what is not necessary anymore. That's kind of what's happening now. Just imagine, you're the computer, you're the system, but someone is pressing that button. And yes, you can be cooperating and like, you're the system and you're the hardware, you're the software and you're the hardware, and you as a software have a certain kind of intelligence as a human being and can project an image on the screen so that the person that's going to press the button is going to do it in a certain way. It's not really like that. So we would say in the metaphor, God is pressing the button, or the gods are pressing the button. And you as a co-creator can, like, you know, your program or the program can respond in a certain way and co-create in a certain way, but still someone is going to press that button, and that's what's happening beyond our control. And so there's this not a lot of free will. So, but there is a certain input, and what is being input, your reaction to it, that is key. And that's where you can change things. And that's what we're going to talk about. So first and foremost, the moon is in Taurus, so that's exalted. So that means gifts. That means beauty. That means a possibility for a certain sensual experience that is rich, but Venus is in Scorpio. So there's always, it's something is off a little bit. Not much, but it's not the best that we're going to get. We're not going to get the best. That's for sure. All right? So this is not like you're going to get all the money you want. Like maybe, but still there's always going to be, even if you get all the money you want, even if you get all your dreams, because Venus is trining Neptune. That's sweet. The sun is trining Neptune. Mercury is trining Neptune. Almost. Well, I mean, it's a Mercury Cazimi, so yes. But, you know, yes, your dreams and like the beauty and the sweetness, and it's going to be like, oh my God, actually, yes, and in tune with source and the divine, very, very meditative, very intuitive messages coming through, and insights, and the ability to do something with it and integrate it, yes. But the fact that that full moon is in Taurus and pointing to Venus in Scorpio, squaring Saturn, by the way, still, even though it's not exact, there's something that even if those dreams manifest, even if those, there's always a level of responsibility, of authority check, of like delay, and something that is behind it that you're gonna have to do that you didn't expect. It's not quid pro quo is what I'm saying, right? It's not like, okay, this is the input, that's the output. There's no certainty of that either. There's more like, this is the input, you're getting it, and then it's like, yes, but condition this, condition that. That's what I'm trying to say here. There's conditions. There's conditions. And it's like Venus in Scorpio is like, well, I mean, yes, you know, you received this house, but you're going to have to, you know, clean this and clean that, and, you know, organize this and organize that. So the level of unexpectancy, too, is heightened because of Uranus there on the North Node. And it's going to be like, holy shit, what the fuck? And so all the planets are involved, and especially Neptune and Uranus and Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter we're going to talk about as well. And that's something, it's all squaring Jupiter. There's no harmonious aspect over to Jupiter. And so the fact that Venus is in its fall and that Jupiter is squared in so many ways means that it is exaggerated, that it is, there's not that much good that's going to come from it, but there's a possibility to learn so fucking much and to grow so much spiritually, and even revising your dreams, your beliefs. And this is the biggest growth that we're going to get in 2022. And I would even say 2023, because we're taking that in. So much happening. So I told you, it's just this is crazy. But okay, let me get into it now. So you know the background, and so this full moon in Taurus eclipse, which is already like fuck, you know, very catastrophic and very eclectic and very sudden and surprising in and of itself. So, but what is manifesting here? Because that's like a process of 2 weeks, 6 months, and it would like even, man, 18-year cycle. Has everything to do with the physical, material, money, food, self-worth that is going through a process of understanding how you're gonna have to create a partnership with someone, share it with someone, the sexual desire behind all of this that comes from a past and that now has to be let go in order to bring it to a new level that is aligned with a new earth. Because Uranus and Taurus is new earth and is a new nervous system on the North Node that is taking you out of your comfort zone. So everything is being taken out of your comfort zone and is going through Venus and Scorpio, a process of transformation, and has to do with karmic cords and partnerships and stuff that you've invested in the past on the South Node. Mercury Cazimi, realization, understanding, because of the constant deep search and the constant analysis of what is being processed, of what the truth is behind all of this, and a constant questioning, a constant communication process that is happening. And now comes the deep stuff of it. Like, what exactly is that? Is all Mars and Pluto, and they are communicating with one another. These are the only planets that are not making aspects, except for Mars. But Pluto isn't. And so, but Mars is in conjunct Pluto. So the level of power that is used from that sexual desire to get, to share all the gifts that will come from it, of all the rearrangements, of the defragmentation process, and that now, like, your ties that are being cut, if you choose to, the new ties that are being created with other people from the past and even your current situation. But that has to do with your integrity, Capricorn. That has to do with your responsibilities that are changing at the level of self-leadership, the level of your highest good. Is it serving your highest good? And can you allow what your purpose is, what your highest good is, what your integrity is, to change that? And the thing is that Mars is in conjuncting it. So there is an ego that is not allowing that to happen, but it is retrograding. So it is at least reflecting on it. But because of that, we're meeting so much darkness of ourselves and so much split personality traits and so much going back and forth between, I want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, actually I know I don't want it, actually I want it, the indecision. And it's the indecisiveness that is annoying. And let alone that Mars is retrograding, squaring Neptune and squaring Venus. So the level of love is not accessed, or the unconditional love and the conditional love. There's a lot of conditional love, like you have, but in order for me to change, and in order for me to cut the tie, and in order for me to not invest, or in order for me to invest, or in order for me to let go, I have to do this, or you have to do that. And that's the thing that we have to let go of, and that's why it's squaring Neptune. Source is going to bring delusion. Source is going to like tell you, sorry, no. You're going to have to bring in a level of compassion, a level of trust, and a level of faith to a higher power. Not a blind faith in a sense of like, okay, well, I'll be good. No, there's deep inner work that has to happen, and there's a deep level of, higher point of view, an alignment to a higher truth, meaning that we're a forgiveness that has to happen towards other people in order for you to let go, in order for them to let go. This has a lot to do with forgiveness. This has a lot to do with compassion towards yourself and others. And that which you don't get, to let go. And that which you get, to not be greedy. Mars in conjunct Pluto, because there's a level of greediness, and Mars retrograde is then squaring Neptune, is going to take that away. So the level of balance in the universe, give and take, and that which you greedily take, is going to be restored into a certain level of balance. Venus is balance, but is in Scorpio. So you're going to have to go through a transformation process in order to restore that balance, and it's not going to be pleasant. This is good shit, man. Fuck. It's not me speaking, man. It is. But then again, it isn't. You know what I'm saying? So, Mars retrograde square Neptune too. Whatever that we're doing, whatever the desire is, it's square Neptune. So we're not sure, we're not certain, we're indecisive. We might blindly do things. And in a way, that's what's asked. And what I mean by that is that you step into the dark, and that's okay. Because you trust that you're going to go through the dark. And these are dark times. Because the filter of it all is Sun in Scorpio with a South node. You're taking your fucking past with you. And all the nasty things, all the blind spots of who you are. It's filtering all of those gifts and those attachments, and but that is what needs to be let go of. And I mean, let go. Owned is what I'm actually saying. And being recognized for what it is. And so that is going to lead you towards a synchronicity or an alignment with the new earth. But it's a birthing process. It is all those desires that are coming up where you want to create those ties with other people. All that indecisiveness, that level of power abuse that is happening. And all of that indecision, the things you don't decide on and that you leave behind, the things that you do in a certain level of power abuse, that, all of that is going to be seen in January, March, once Mars goes direct again. Then the lessons can be learned. And that's when the whole process, like, the defragment or the fragmentation or the defragmentation that has happened by source, you're gonna understand and are going to put the pieces together. It's like as if everything is just like split together, just burst open, or how are you saying that, like exploded. And then source is like, well, that's what I do. I create a fucking big bang, and then everything organizes by itself. But our consciousness, our contribution, and our co-creation with it is then like going to be, oh, I want, actually, you know, that looks very good here, and I understand now that that piece, I can maybe put that there, and source has rearranged it for you, but then you can still make a decision. But the thing is, and that's what I'm saying, is where are you creating imbalances? And where, and you know, you ask for something, you want something, and then, you know, you have to think about, but what is the balance that has to be created? So let's just say you like you take and you receive like a meal and then gifts from people, and they keep on giving, and but what, how are you going to use that energy and alchemically transform it, and then, you know, give a gift towards someone else, or use your service toward, that's what I'm saying. You can't just take. This is a level of balance that needs to be restored. And I think, in a way, that's what the earth is going to be doing. Earthquakes, like, where have people been taking? And, you know, we can judge and say, oh, in that case, I definitely like the government to be like shaken up, whatever. It's like, no, there's so much beyond our understanding. It's not like the bad guys are going to have to pay for this. No. This is just the rearrangement that's going to happen, and a balance that's going to have to be restored. And it's fucking intense. And that's what's happening right now. So, again, gifts are given, dreams are coming true. There's something that's going to be Saturn squared the node, Saturn squared the lunar eclipse. Karmically, the gods are saying to, like, actually, you deserve this, you don't deserve that. And this has to be delayed. And here you've been working so fucking long on, you deserve that. And Jupiter square everything. Really, it's not going to come easy. You're going to have to work at it, explore at it, learn from it, explore your conscious beliefs, and do your inner work, and revise the last 12 years. Jupiter in Pisces, ending that cycle in Pisces, and that's a finishing cycle of 11.8 years. I think I've pretty much said everything right now, and the message is pretty clear. So let me know how you're experiencing the full moon energy right now. I can tell you, fuck, the build-up, that's crazy. People have been shooting here. I mean, yes, they've been hunting, but at 11 at night, first time ever we've experienced this, living here a year and a half, and then, you know, fucking scary, man. With a shotgun, like, I'm talking 10, 15 meters from our house. We thought, and that's like eclipse shit. And just stuff like that is happening. And you know, in and of itself, it doesn't impact us, as in, you know, they're not shooting our house or whatever, but it, like, nervous system wise, I can tell you that we freaked out, man. Like, you start thinking all crazy stuff, and we were like watching movies and all those things, and you even make it, that too is like the story in your head, Mercury and Scorpio. So anyway, like, to give you an example, and everything is a message. And so much other stuff. So I'm curious to hear from you, how was the build-up? And how are you experiencing this full moon energy right now? And where do you think the earth deserves a balance to be restored? I'm curious to hear that from you. Have a happy full moon lunar eclipse. By the way, you can check out the Heaven on Earth community. It's in Dutch. But on our Instagram, giving you 3 exercises that are part of the Kriya for opportunity and green energy that I and Charlotte think are the best exercises right now for you to be doing with this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. I wish you a happy one. I'm sending you so much love. Here's to a balance being restored. Sat Nam, thank you. Be well.